Hey, it's Kish,
And it's Roland here.
and we're back with round 4 of the Bendigo League Challenge from Victoria, Australia. So this is actually the final round of the League Challenge. In this round, we'll be featuring Matt, who we've seen in round 1 playing his Trevenant list, and he's playing me on the right, playing Vikavolt GX. So neither of us are doing particularly well at this stage. We're both 1-2, but I thought it was a good opportunity to get Vikavolt on camera. And Roland, I know you like the deck as well. What are your thoughts on this particular kind of matchup for Vikavolt?
Oh, what a showboater. You're using Vikavolt as an excuse. You just want to see yourself on camera. I mean, just come on, just be transparent about it, you know. But yeah, I think the deck's pretty cool. You know, it's a not something that we see heaps, but 240 HP on Vikavolt GX, you can't say no to that. Does a lot of damage, so 180 damage base, you know, 210 with the choice band. So Vikavolt's going to be knocking out most things, really. You've got a kind of a cool GX attack. That, yeah, it's kind of a weird attack, but 60 damage to all bench Pokemon, you never know when that can be good. And it can charge itself up with its first attack. And then you've got the other Vikavolt, which you can use to power up its second attack. And look, you'll see, you know, you don't have to wait too long, you'll get to see the deck in action. Assuming you set up, if not, then we might not. But, yeah, I mean, it's interesting. Do you feel like Vikavolt has issues with item lock particularly? You know, do you find that it's hard to set up?
I think it's probably one of the few decks that doesn't really have that much of an issue with item lock. First of all, most item lock variants play Forest of Giant Plants, which actually helps you evolve up into your stage 1 Charger Bug, because Grubbin is of course a grass type, so you can use their forest to evolve up into a Charger Bug. And I actually play a heavy stage 1 line. I play 3 Charger Bugs to get around item lock. And also, as you said, Vikavolt GX's first attack, Charge Beam, lets you, for 1 lightning energy, do 50 damage and attach an energy from your discard pile to Vikavolt GX. So it can be an energy, any energy, so it can be a double colorless as well. And the other thing I'm running in this deck is 2 Alolan Vulpix, which has a free attack beacon, which lets you search your deck for 2 Pokemon. So all those things combined, I think, makes Vikavolt pretty decent, even under item lock. So yeah, it's pretty self-sufficient. You can run it just off the Pokemon once you get set up. So as you said, the baby Vikavolt from Sun and Moon has an ability which lets you attach 1 lightning and 1 grass from your deck to your Pokemon in any way you like, and you can use that once per turn. So you can find the cards you need pretty easily. So I fortunately go first. I know that I'm playing against Trevenant based on what Matt's put down, a Phantump and an Oddish, so I just play my hand right down, search out the Vulpix, which is going to help me get around the item lock in case Matt does get out the turn 1 Vileplume.
Yeah, absolutely. And Tapu Lele is not a bad attacker against item lock decks as well. You know, you're talking about self-sufficiency. You know, energy. Wait, I've forgotten what the exact name is already.
Energy Drive.
Energy Drive. I know it's something to do with energy, but yeah, energy drives. You know, that's pretty good. In terms of having another attacker, like for instance, you might be able to get out 2 Vikavolts GXs under item lock, and you just need that 3rd attacker. You know, Tapu Lele could be it. So. Yeah, and it's also good you're able to get items out of your hand. So I think you've got 1 supporter left. Yeah, is that right? Yeah. So Poltergeist just only doing 30 damage. That's pretty. That's not very strong. No. So probably you're not going to be under too much pressure early here.
Yeah, and I didn't retreat to the Vulpix in case I get End, and then Poltergeist could potentially knock out my Vulpix, which is
definitely
really how I get around the item lock. So leaving Tapu Lele up is not a big deal to take a hit. I'd much rather protect the Vulpix there.
Until you then draw 6 trainers and Poltergeist for 180.
Yeah, exactly. So
get wrecked. But yeah, exactly. I mean, Alolan Vulpix, going to be really helpful here for sure.
So
even Rough Seas, actually, because I know you play Rough Seas. That's that's probably going to be pretty impactful.
Yeah, I think it will be pretty impactful. Of course, we know Matt runs the Trevenant Break, which has Silent Fear, so potentially trapping something active and just Silent Fearing could be his win condition, but Rough Seas really just negates that altogether. So he's having a pretty strong start here. He's got a Gloom down, a double colorless on the active Phantump, and he does indeed get the End that I spoke about. So that's one way that Trevenant can get around you playing all your items or trainers down, is to end you, to make you draw a new hand. So that's exactly what Matt does there. And if he gets a Phantump and I draw 6 trainers, which is actually not too unlikely,
a Trevenant, you mean,
Yeah, sorry, not a Phantom, a Trevenant down, and I draw 6 trainers, that Tapu Lele is going down, as you mentioned, so...
You're sweating here.
Yeah.
I think we see Pokemon. I think you drew at least 1 Pokemon. So actually, I think you drew like 5 trainers, so That's getting pretty close. 150, you know, and that's just when Matt just plays down his one choice band, you know, that he plays in his deck. Yeah, but yeah.
All right. So
Not even sure that he actually has the Trevenant. He's got a Trainer's Mail, but doesn't.
No, it looks like he has
just got another Phantom.
Yeah.
So he's looking for an Ultra Ball here, really.
And he doesn't. He hits two Trainer's Mail.
Just a few Trainer's Mails. Yeah. Why can't you Trainer's Mail for Trainer's Mail? Why? So he's not going to really be able to do much of anything. I think he can do 10 damage with that first attack.
Yeah.
But I mean, he'll probably actually elect to retreat because otherwise, Tapu Lele, you know, you would just need a basic energy even, and Energy Drive would get a knockout. You know, whereas if you retreat to something else, you know, you're forced to put more energy onto the Tapu, like put like a double Colors or something onto the Tapu Lele. So. Oh, no, actually, he's got Shaman. Okay, so we've got one last Terraria, and I think he drew it.
Yeah,
he draws the Trevenant.
Double Trevenant.
2 Trevenants off these 2 cards. Okay, and he has the break as well. Gee, it's all going gangbusters here. But he still doesn't have a Vileplume, but that's not a bad turn 1, really.
Absolutely.
You know, doing a lot of damage is good, and is okay. I'm only going to be here for 90. Okay, so there were 2 Pokemon and an energy.
Yeah.
So 90, that's pretty good. The only problem is that now, you know, without Vileplume, how much damage is it going to be doing, like, next turn or turn after?
So I drew a pretty nice hand. I get 2 Grubbins down, which is great. It means I can search out sort of the rest of the evolution line with Vulpix if I choose to retreat into it, which I probably will, I think.
Right, of course, yeah. Or you could just retreat to, Vulpix. Yeah, you don't need to attack, obviously, but attack damage. But... So you've got a Versus Seeker, but I think all you can Versus Seeker for is Skylar, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think you're just going for like a Shaman?
Nah, I actually cut Shaman from the deck altogether.
Oh, cut Shaman from the deck, yeah. Okay, are you playing 2 Tapu Lele in this?
Yeah, two Tapu Lele. So.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
So this is what I was talking about before. Using the forest to evolve up into the Charge Bug is pretty nice.
Yeah, that is nice. That is very, very nice.
And just thinking over my options.
Yeah, so with Beacon, you could pretty much get your full... Oh, no, you've got another Versus Seeker. Okay, so you can still Skylar there. So you're probably going to grab just a... Would you grab a supporter, I suppose? Like a Sycamore?
Yeah, probably a supporter, I think, is the best option there, just to leave myself with a potential hand.
Yeah, so just grab Sycamore, but yeah, with Beacon, you can grab a Vikavolt, like a Vikavolt GX, and even like a Charger Bug.
Yep.
Which it looks like you're going to do.
Yep.
Are you thinking about whether to get another... Oh, no, wait, that's double Colors. What am I thought you were, like, deliberating on whether to get another Vulpix. I'm like, the Vulpix chain. You just keep searching up more Vulpixes. Okay, good. You're getting other Vikavolts. That's, probably advisable. But, yeah. So you're looking to do a Charge Beam on the following turn, I guess?
If possible, yeah. Need to draw into a Lightning Energy.
Yeah.
Okay, so Matt Sycamores. And he does draw the Vileplume, so the item lock will be coming into play.
That's very, very important. But he's not going to be doing that much damage this turn, because you've got the Sycamore in your hand. I don't believe you have anything else. No. Any other trainers? So that's going to be doing a whopping 30 damage.
Yeah, can't even knock out a Vulpix.
No, that's sad. I mean, obviously, he'll probably go for the Silent Fear if he has... Well, he has a Psychic, so he'll go for the Silent Fear instead. But, if you draw a Rough Seas, that's not particularly, impactful. But only three of these Silent Fears, and that Tapu Lele is actually going to go down.
Yep.
So, the damage on it from before is relevant, even if it never comes active again.
Yep, so that's exactly what happens. Matt drops the Psychic and uses Silent Fear. So I do top deck the Lightning Energy, which is really, really nice. Unfortunately, I can't exactly move the Vulpix and attach the Lightning Energy. So...
No, but you'd be content just using Beacon here, probably.
Absolutely.
Like, you can get, further your setup and... it's looking good. Yeah, the question is, do you want a Sycamore? That's the question. Would you want a Sycamore right now? I mean, I suppose, okay, so he Poltergeist, but kind of like, so what? That Vulpix is already on 30. So the only issue for you is if you had a Lysand or something like that. So, probably best a Sycamore.
So, yeah. So I actually just Beacon there.
Yeah.
Choosing not to play the supporter.
Okay, so yeah, choose not to play the Sycamore. Yeah. So yeah, I'm guessing you were worried about. I think he does actually have a Lysander in his hand, so that could have been a good play, because if you Sycamore and if you draw into a bunch of items, like sure, Poltergeist in the active doesn't do much, but if he Lysanders, you know, well, any of those Pokemon and Poltergeist,
even if he just hits the Vikavolt GX, that would be really bad for me.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, no, I think it's a smart play there. Just wait till things get knocked out, and then you can knock out the Trevenant break before. Yeah. So actually Lysander's out the Charger Bug. How much retreat does Charger Bug have? So I'm thinking he might be going for...
Charger Bug is very fat. It has a 3 retreat cost.
Ouch! 3 retreat. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Probably needs to slim down a bit. That's right. And then that's very liable to get stuck active. Okay, so you've just chosen... Oh, you drew another Vikavolt GX.
I searched it off the Beacon. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, you searched off Beacon. My mistake. Yeah. Oh, so yeah, that's right. So you're planning for that one to be a Vikavolt GX as well.
Yeah.
So, but it looks like you're going to have to run with that one.
Yeah.
But, the rough seas.
The rough seas.
Oh.
So rough.
I know. I still don't understand how seas being rough is supposed to heal Pokemon.
Thunder,
but you know what?
lightning.
We'll go with it. Yeah, but like, that's not healing. They're rough, you know. Yeah. Seas, you know, they shipwreck boats and everything. So, you know, it's not...
So you reckon they should do
It's
30
not calming.
damage.
It should have been calming seas. It should have been calming seas. Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yep.
So you just you've got to hit for 50 really. That's it.
Yep. And get to attach the lightning, but the critical thing there was the rough seas. I benched the Grubbin, which is a bit risky, especially under item lock, because I've used 2 Charger Bugs already.
Yeah,
Possibly
exactly.
could have just done without that, because it's got a 2 retreat cost. So, but I've got the 3rd Charger Bug in my hand, so that's why I did that. Okay.
Luck sack.
Mate, Beacon, I searched them out. All right.
Nice try.
Strategy. Okay, so Matt just Silent Fears again. And I don't move the damage because I'm just going to rough seas.
It's that classic thing with rough seas where like you don't bother, which is obviously fine. So he takes 2 prizes on the Tapu Lele, so he's just 3 prizes away from winning here.
Yep.
So it's good for you that you have the ability to evolve that Grubbin. Grubbin, Charger Bug, Vikavolt. Oh boy. Yeah, so like that's not going to be a super easy prize. And because if you have a double colours, you can knock out this Trevenant break and that's going to be really good. The question is, do you have the double colours?
I don't believe I do. I might have a supporter to try and dig for one.
Yeah.
Or I might just choose to...
Oh, he's got a Lysander, Okay. So going to go for the Shaman.
Yeah, so the other option there was the Vileplume.
Yeah.
But I choose Shaman because I think at this point I have 2 Lysanders. So potentially, I think I might be thinking of Lysandering the other Shaman, putting 100 on that, and then using a GX attack. It's a bit of a long-term play, and it's easily dismantled by just a Sky Return.
Yeah.
But I figured he had 2 double colors down. What are the chances? He has another one, but he actually does. So...
What are the chances? Yeah. Okay, that's interesting, of course, because 60 damage for all bench Pokemon, you can set up kind of neat plays with that. Man, if only you had a wide lens in this situation.
The tech wide lens.
4 prizes on the board,
Yeah. Okay, so Matt evolves up to Trev Break. But in any case, it just buys me a turn to Charge Beam regardless. So
yeah, but you'd be buying a turn if you Lysander up the Vileplume, like just to play Devil's Advocate. And there's basically no way you can get that Vileplume out of the active spot unless you just happen to have an Olympia.
Yeah.
It's totally defensible bringing out the Shaman as well. But
I think the other part of it is I sort of noticed that Matt's struggling under his own item lock. So I don't want to knock out the Vileplume and give him his items back.
True, that is a good point. Sometimes, it's so weird, like against these decks, like even though the Vileplume decks, a lot of the times you actually don't want to knock it out purely, so they can't revitalize or whatever. I don't think he plays revitalize. But that's the typical Decidueye Plume sort of case. But
So,
but now you can blow up this Shaman if you want, or you can Gigatron, but probably wouldn't want to do that.
No, I think just the Charge Beam here would be fine.
Yeah.
I also got to be wary of how many trainers I have in my hand. So I may not I think I'm tossing up whether to play the Lysander or not. It's sort of
Yeah.
like I want to play it down to stop like a 2-hit KO or something like that, but I also want to keep it to be able to use it. So I
Yeah.
don't have many. So I think I'm thinking about playing it here, and I do decide to play it. Bring up a Trev, and just hit it for 50 with Charge Beam.
No energy in the discard. Okay.
Yeah. So I think probably just hitting the Shaman there would have been a better play. Okay, so Matt ends. So this is... He can't... he can do 180 damage, which will be painfully 30 short of knocking out this Vikavolt.
Yeah. And it would obviously be pretty unlikely that you draw 6 trainers, but...
So,
yeah, Rough Seas, man, so good.
yeah.
240 HP plus Rough Seas, that is pretty strong. And yeah, so not 4 trainers there.
So Matt, for his part, probably wants to set up... I realised that he drew too many. I'd point out that he drew too many off the end. He's trying to draw 6, but he's down to 3 prizes.
Yeah, but can't quite do that.
So he'd probably want another Phantom because he's staring down 2 big Vikavolts. So he'll need to set up a 3rd attacker. So he's actually powering up Tapu Lele, and he uses Poltergeist, and I think there was 4 trainers in my hand. So
yeah.
Or 3 then. So it does 90 plus the 30, so up to 120. So
and it looks like the Trevenant's going to be going down.
yeah, the risk, of course, though, is that...
Wait, were you already on 30? Didn't you already have 30 damage on you, and then he did 120?
No, I think he did 90 plus the 30.
Oh, he did 90. Sorry, my mistake. Yeah.
Okay. So...
Wait, where's your GX marker? What are you doing? You
Huh?
don't have a GX marker.
it's my Mikey. It's in my pocket, mate. Can't forget that. Can't catch the train home.
You've got to put it on the board though. Just whip out the Mikey. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, uses Super Strength Cannon.
Super Zap Cannon. Yep, for
Super
180.
Zap Cannon,
Knocks out the Trevenant.
Yep.
Yeah. So I've got 150 hit points left. So 5 trainers will be a knockout, but I think I'm controlling how many trainers I have, even accounting for if I took a trainer off the prize, would Matt be able to, to get a knockout here? So, because you always got to be wary what you're going to take off the prizes. You don't know without town map, so you might take a trainer, which will ruin your calculations. So you got to factor that in. So Matt's... Okay, I'm not... Yeah, okay, so Matt Sycamoring here. He'll definitely want to get a Phantom down if possible. Or he might just be going Tapu Lele strong at this point.
Yeah, it can be tough to power up Trevenant back to back, so sometimes, yeah, you just want to attack the Tapu Lele.
Okay, so crucially he gets the Forest to counter the Rough Seas.
That's big,
Yeah,
that's
big.
huge. Because you play 3 Rough Seas, is that
I
right?
play 3 Rough Seas, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. So, okay, so he does get another Phantom down.
Here comes the Poltergeist, and
Yep, so another 3 items, another 3
3,
trainers, so that's another 90 damage. Puts me up to 180.
Yep. Man, this Vikavolt's just taking ages to knock out.
Yeah.
Like, it's been there for like 10 turns. Just kill it already.
Yeah.
Oh, you've actually interesting. You've got the non-GX Vikavolt in your hand,
Yeah.
so you're debating whether to
play that down or
Yeah.
not. Because that's got a 3 retreat cost.
Yeah.
So it's pretty heavy. So just thinking whether or not it's worth it. And I think it is worth it to get this knockout. Because after this, Matt hasn't got too much. He's got a Tapu Lele with 1 energy. That's not really going to do a whole lot to my Vikavolt.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's not looking particularly threatening. I suppose the only thing is you might sort of... Well, I mean, the thing is you can never really run out of energy because Vikavolt gets him back, so...
yeah, and I haven't played a single double colorless yet. I haven't.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was just about to say that.
I feel
so
reasonably safe playing that down. So.
Okay, just retreating.
Yeah.
So Vikavolt has how much retreat?
1. The GX has 1 retreat cost.
What in Tarnet? What? It has 1 retreat.
Yeah.
Oh, what are they designing these cards? It's like the GX has 1, the non-GX has 3.
Yeah.
Like Charger Bug has 3. Like what is going on?
Grubbin has 2.
What? So clearly someone made a mistake when designing these cards, but...
Alright, so Matt's attached to double colorless to the Tapu Lele. So he's going to be hitting for 100 here. And his Sycamores...
Yeah, it's nice that actually you discarding the energy prevents his damage output. So again, he's not really... Probably not. He's not going to be threatening a 2-hit knockout, really. Particularly not if you actually end up knocking out this active, because then I'll have no energy. So... Yeah, like if you can knock out this Tapu Lele, it's probably looking like curtains.
Yeah. Okay, so he hits for 100. And draw an N, which is pretty nice. I choose to Scala for the Rough Seas.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah. So even if Matt attaches another double colorless to that Tapu Lele, I'm going to Charge Beam here and get an energy out of the discard, so that's going to add 20 damage to the Tapu Lele. So Rough Seizing off actually does help the math a lot, because I go down to 70, which puts me on 170, so it stops like a 2-hit KO, I think.
Yeah, and so is there a risk on the following turn that you're not going to draw another energy, potentially? Because you've run out of energy in your deck to use... No,
I haven't run out of energy. I just only
run
chose
out
to
of
attach.
basic energy.
No, I haven't. I remember this because I kept energy in my deck specifically, because your opponent doesn't know whether you have any energy left in your deck or not, or whether you're just searching out 1 with the Vikavolt's strong charge ability. So in other words, I have the option to search out a lightning and a grass, but I only searched out a lightning, keeping the grass in deck for when I really needed it.
Right, yeah. So essentially you elected not to take this knockout for that reason. Yeah. That's because you're worried about things getting light-sanded.
Yeah, I'm worried about the Vikavolt getting light-sanded and stuck.
Yeah, fair enough. That's absolutely fair enough. Just playing conservatively. Obviously, it means this Vikavolt's going to get another hit on it, but that's fine. I think that's smart.
Yeah. So Matt just hits again for another 100. So I think that takes it up to should be hits for 120. So it should be up to 190 now. So pretty heavily damaged Vikavolts here. So Matt can easily take his last 3 prizes by just Silent Fearing, if he has any Trevenant breaks left.
So hopefully, if you Rough Seize the bench one though, that'll help.
Yeah.
One the active one, I suppose. And he might not have like a Trevenant break left because you've knocked 2 out.
Yeah.
Like he might find it hard. Like if he has any left, even if he does, he might find it hard to draw them. So
okay, so I finally draw into a double colorless.
The DCE, the crucial, and a good old teammates.
So.
There's your all-important Rough Seas.
Yep.
So
don't forget that.
And so you'll attach double colors, or will you just use strong charge for 1 energy from the deck?
Well, yeah. So I'm going to use strong charge.
Is that what we're going to do? Yeah. Okay, interesting that you did put the double colors on the bench one. So I suppose at this stage now you're not worried about the other Vikavolt getting light-sanded, or
I think. Yeah, I may have the other double colorless in hand or something like that. I'm not too sure, but yeah, obviously I'm not worried about getting light-sanded.
Yeah, well, it's looking like this is a big comeback.
Yeah.
So, this would be a 6 price comeback actually.
Yeah.
So so Matt just sending up Vileplume, actually wanting it to get knocked out. He's actually got a super in his hand.
So there's another double colorless off the top. So all that damage that Matt worked so hard to put on is all getting Rough Seized away.
Yeah, so you can just sit here indefinitely. You can even use Gigatron, just set things up even further. And do you have a Lysander left, or have you played
No,
both?
I think I've
'Cause
played both of them, yeah.
Played both. So eventually you are going to have to knock out this Vileplume.
Yeah.
Unless theoretically you might be able to deck Matt out if
Yeah.
you just sat here long enough. But
Yeah.
okay, yeah, just using Strong Charge. That's smart.
Yep, and gets a double colorless on the baby Vikavolt on the bench, so preventing that sort of Lysander stall play somewhat.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing is that, Vikavolt isn't just a bench sitter.
Yeah.
It can actually do, like, a good amount of damage.
Yeah.
It does 150 base.
Yeah.
With the choice band, that's 180. I mean, it's probably not going to be, like, hugely useful in this matchup, but it's not purely, just a bench sitter, but, just another charge beam. So, getting more energy out of your discard, and this game's looking more and more out of reach for Matt.
Yeah.
He's got to draw, like, an Olympia. Well, but even then, I mean, I don't know, it's just rough. Gigatron, where's the Gigatron? Do it! Hex Maniac, Wide Lens, Gigatron, 4 prizes.
If only I had. I actually couldn't find my wide lens. I don't think I would have played them anyway, but I think I got rid of them in a bunch of bulk because I was like, this is a terrible card that will never be used ever. So.
Where was the foresight?
No.
Where was the foresight?
Who knew that such a great card like Vikavolt would be printed?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and it just happens to be lightning,
So, not taking any risks, just retreating to the benched one.
Oh, no Gigatron. Oh, what?
So yeah, so this one only has 30 damage on it. So Matt would need 7 trainers in my hand to knock it out, which is pretty likely because my hand's quite big. So 2, 3.
Yeah, no, actually, definitely,
4, 5. So yeah, so he's just short 6. So 180. So he was 1 trainer away from knocking it out, but
You're just hiding the 7th trainer in your hand. Like, oh, no need to see this.
Yeah.
So okay, that's interesting. So you could have just stalled and done nothing behind the Vileplume, but I suppose you were worried about an Olympia from him.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, that is the game.
So, yep. So
that's a solid comeback there.
Yeah.
6 prize comeback.
6 prize
Vikavolt.
Vikavolt.
You can't keep it down.
Yeah, can't underestimate. Warning, high voltage.
Yeah, indeed.
So I take down game 1. So that pretty well for me, I think.
Yeah, you won.
Yeah,
I'd say it did go well for you. Yeah. If
If
that's going badly for you, then you can never stop Vikavolt, really.
So that's where the heavy stage 1 line comes in clutch against item lock decks. And Matt, for his part, got out to a pretty early lead, but that sort of hurt him a little bit once the item lock came in and N became a factor. He was N down to sort of low hand sizes and couldn't really keep up. Silent Fear, of course, very heavily countered by Rough Seas, hurts Matt quite a lot. Because that is a way around your opponent just stopping poltergeist damage by playing out their trainers. It's just a Silent
Yeah,
Fear.
because that's really Trevenant's backup. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's got 2 backups, really. It's got Silent Fear and it's got Energy Drive with Tapu Lele.
Mm-hmm.
But, and he was able to get sub mileage out of Tapu Lele, but it's not really the best attacker against Vikavolt.
No.
But, yeah, and obviously Silent Fear gets, neutered pretty much by Rough Seas.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Trevenant can have a few kind of blind spots where it doesn't really have an attack that's going to do that much.
Yeah. And the problem with Trevenant is that your opponent controls your damage, which is massive, and to the point where not only do they control your damage, but you don't actually know how much damage you're doing. So
exactly,
you can't really
no, precisely.
Or plan ahead that much.
Yeah, it wouldn't be as bad if you knew,
Yeah.
but of course you don't know. I mean, I suppose you could try and fit in a gumshoes line in the deck, but probably not advisable.
You never know. Could
Hey,
be
well,
alright.
you don't have a GX attack otherwise,
exactly.
so who knows? Maybe that's actually the play.
Yeah.
Actually, perhaps that's interesting because it doesn't use a GX attack. I mean, I suppose aside from it can use a Tapu Cure,
Yeah.
but that's probably not very good. I wonder if the deck could maybe benefit from like a Taurus GX or something like that.
Yeah.
You might be able to get some mileage out of Mad Bull, sort of as a generalizable attacker.
Yeah.
It's interesting because I think Trevenant's good, but once you run out of Trevenant, so this is something we talked about in previous game with these sort of low HP Pokemon under item lock. You can't swarm them, and once they get knocked out, you struggle to get them out again. So you need these backup attackers. I mean, Tapu Lele does that pretty well, but maybe something like Taurus would be good as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a cool deck. I actually want to try it out,
Yeah.
but yeah, hasn't quite seen as much success as, say, Decidueye Vileplume.
Yeah, no, I agree with Taurus as well, because Taurus would be really hard to get around under item lock, which is why we saw Decidueye Vileplume play Taurus in heavy counts early on in the season when the original build came out, because it's just so hard to get around Taurus under item lock, and it's such a good attacker. So Matt going first. He starts Shaman, unfortunately, and I start double grub. So let's see what Matt can do here. Finds an Ultra
turn 1
Ball.
item lock would be huge.
Absolutely.
I know we say that in every single game that Vileplume is in, but you cannot understate it. It really is. It can be the difference between a game just being over in like the first few turns and not. But probably I think. Well, maybe I was going to say that perhaps sort of this Trev Plume list isn't quite as streamlined at getting up to 2-1 Vileplume as maybe the Decidueye Plume lists are, but I'm actually not sure that that's fair. It actually might be, because I think he plays 4 Ultra Ball. He plays Level Ball, obviously 4 Forest of Giant Plants. I think probably 4 Trainer Spells. So realistically, it's probably not that hard for him to get out a turn 1 Plume. So, we can absolutely see it here.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're afraid of it. I'm sure you're quivering in your
in my
whatever shoes you're wearing, whatever trendy shoes you're wearing.
So he actually has a Level Ball, so you can grab the Oddish and a Gloom there, and he has a clean Sycamore if he just attaches the double colors to the Shaman, because that Shaman's not really in any danger of being knocked out.
No, it isn't. No, absolutely. So he could then Skyro turn it. But interesting. So it actually grabs the Shaman over the Gloom, so I guess he thinks that drawing 5 cards setup, which he'll probably be able to do, is better than having the Gloom guaranteed, which I'm probably not. I might not even be 5 cards, actually. I think there's another.
He might have the Gloom in hand. Yeah, he's got the Gloom.
Oh, he could, yeah. Oh, he does. Yeah. Oh, okay, sorry. In that case, that does make sense, I think.
Yeah.
He could have also grabbed a Phantom or something.
Could have just grabbed a Phantom there. Always risky to Shaman when you have a Sycamore in hand.
Yeah.
But to be fair, there's not too much that he can draw that's going to be terrible, aside from 3 double colorless energy or something like that.
Energy is an Trevenant would be a bad card to draw, Trevenant Break. Yeah, even Tabu Lele here is not a good card to draw. Okay, so he's drawn. Oh, okay, that gets a Plume and an Ultra Ball. So actually, that was probably a good Shaman. That's one of the better Shamans you could have hoped for, because that got him 2 good cards. Because with Ultra Ball he'd be able to guarantee a Phantom, whereas here, if he just Ultra Balled, say, for the Phantom immediately, so he'd just have a Phantom. Whereas here, he's drawn an Ultra Ball, another Ultra Ball, and a Plume, so he can get a Phantom and a Vileplume. So a slightly better outcome for him here, but at the cost of discarding. Well, I suppose the Psychic, and he'll probably he might elect to play down the.
Yeah, I think he's going to wonder for an N.
Yeah. Oh, actually, he might undertake for an N. Oh, okay, sorry. Well, in that case, I suppose the Ultra Balls come at the cost of. Oh, of course, because you just discarded Sycamore. So, probably wants to save the rest of what's in his hand. But so he can get up Plume, and it's going to be a real test of how Vikavolt can perform under true full item blocks. Because last game you at least got one turn of, or other 2 turns actually, I think, of items. Yeah. But you didn't even play a Red Candy the whole game, so clearly you can perform just fine. Because Vulpix
so he actually Sycamores away the Vileplume line, or the Vileplume.
Oh wow, that's extremely risky.
Yeah.
Especially with a deck that doesn't play Revitalizer. His only way of getting back things is Super Rod, so he's actually got to have the other Vileplume, which is that's Right. Oh, yeah. No, but what we were talking about earlier. So he didn't actually play it on Tabulele. He just decided to discard it. But I would have liked to see an evolution to Vileplume there, I think.
Yeah.
But the thing is, sometimes you don't want to play down Vileplume just because it could disrupt you from playing other search cards. But I think in this case, it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it would have been worth it, particularly because he already has a double colorless on the Shaman, so it's pretty much safe. It's guaranteed that he's going to have access to a double colorless, most likely. To attack with the Trevenant, and he plays such a heavy Trevenant line, he's pretty likely to draw into it. So what else do you really want apart, what are you hoping to be able to play by not playing
Level Ball, obviously.
But
but exactly, I don't think it's worth it. But we shall see.
All right, so looks like I have a Lysander, Teammates, Ultra Ball in my hand.
Wow, so if item lock came into play, I think you'd just be about done for. Yeah. because here you can Ultra Ball for a Tapu Lele and pretty much get yourself going.
Yeah. So I do have the Charger Bug in hand, which is pretty nice. Ultra Ball. And yep, searching out the Tapu Lele straight off. Use Wonder Tag, probably just grab a Sycamore here. Yep. So yeah, as you said, if that Vileplume came down then, I would have been absolutely done for. There was not much I could do with that hand, really. Would have just been relying on top decks.
Yeah. But you've averted disaster here.
Absolutely.
Dodging another bullet. That's... Yeah, unfortunately you can't just Forest Giant Blade straight into Vikavolt.
Yeah.
Why did they print a Charger Bug that's grass as well? That's the dream.
Yeah, if they ever do, this deck will go off.
Yeah, imagine that, just like 4 Forest, 4/4/4 Vikavolt. Just play him down. Yeah, you could even play like Vikavolt Vileplume. That would be funny. But anyway, that is a topic for another day.
Alright, so Matt Sycamore's here. So
he's got another Vileplume, so he can get it done this turn at least.
Yeah. Did he draw a Trevenant though?
Don't know.
Don't think he has.
Nah. Well, he's probably just going to Skyroturn,
Yeah.
so not a huge loss. He hasn't drawn it this turn, but obviously he's going to need to draw next turn.
Yeah. So yep, he's Skyroturn.
Just Skyroturns. Now, what do you have? That's the thing. So now, finally, your items are gone.
Yeah.
And what is in the Kishara hand here?
Yeah, doing my best to hide it from the
I
camera.
see a Super Rod, I think.
Yeah.
Like,
what a critical.
oh, no, that's a... Wait, maybe...
No,
oh, no,
it was
that
a
is a
Super
Super
Rod.
Rod. The all-important. Okay, so you've evolved...
Okay, so I actually didn't draw a supporter off that Sycamore, which is a bit unfortunate.
Okay, yeah. So you've actually just sort of... You say it's sort of, just evolving the bench one, sort of conceding that this active might... Because, of course, you've only got the grass on it, so you can't use Charge Beam.
Yeah.
So, conceding that it might just get knocked out. Yep, so Matt's just going to grab a supporter, because he had a Shaman, which he brought back to his hand, but he's not going to get much mileage out of setup, if any cards at all, actually. So, using Tapu Lele for a supporter, well, in this case an end, is probably a better idea, so he's done that. And... here's an end. So, a bit of a blessing and a curse, because, like...
Yeah, absolutely.
He'll be doing more damage, but, I mean, with your hand, you probably prefer to take a random 6 cards, I'm guessing.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, and my 6 is a lot better than it was before. Well, better than whatever 2 cards I had before, so... Matt finds a Trevenant, which he plays down sideways.
Boom.
It's paralyzed. It's paralyzed off the bat.
It's asleep. Okay, the moment of truth. Dun dun dun.
Yeah, so I think there's 5 there. So
ouch.
That Charger Bug gets smacked for 150. So he is going to get a hit on this Vikavolt, which is pretty nice for him. I can't immediately one-hit KO it.
No, you cannot. Yeah, I think you've got a Lysander in your hand,
Yeah.
so are you going to play that?
I'm thinking about it.
Even like a... So what are you weighing up here?
Yeah.
What's your decision?
I think I was trying to think what supporter to play. I think I'm worried if this one goes down that I'm basically not going to have anything after it, so I want to try and draw into something, even an Alolan Vulpix or something, to search out the rest of my Pokemon. Or I could have Lysandered and Charge Beam, but the risk there is if he just has an Olympia or something, then I'll be putting all my eggs in this one Vikavolt basket. But yeah, possibly Lysandering would have been a bit better there, because I didn't draw much off the Sycamore. Okay, so I will be able to take the knockout. I thought I only had... Okay, so I actually have 4 energy on that, so yeah, I will be able to take...
Wow, big surprise! Wow, big surprise! Just you were hiding an energy under there.
Yeah.
Double lightning energy. It's a new special energy. No, you're retreating.
But I actually retreat there.
Actually, no, I think... Wait. I know. I think there is only one lightning.
Oh yeah,
there.
it's a charger bug. Yeah, so I just retreat.
Yeah. I know. I see what you
Yeah.
mean. Yeah, there's a lightning Pokemon, but yeah, because right. Because I think you thought that when you discarded the double colors, that meant you're using Super Zap Cannon. But yeah, actually retreating there. So interesting. You actually decided to discard the double colors instead of the lightning.
Yeah.
Because of course it does only have 1 retreat. So
yeah, because I can't use Charge Beam if I just had double colorless attached. So valuing the lightning a bit more. So that Tapu Lele actually gets 1-hit KO'd.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we're finally seeing some like pretty strong Poltergeist.
Yeah.
So, not finally, we saw a few last game, but we're seeing some very strong Poltergeist here.
Yeah. So I actually end here. And
so what? You'll be drawing the full 6. Ending Matt down to 3 actually could be relatively disruptive.
yeah,
He does have another Trevenant powered up on the bench, so he's gonna have something for a while. But
yeah.
it could hurt him.
I'm basically just hoping to not draw any trainers here.
Yeah.
Because I need to survive some kind of a 2-hit KO. But looks like that might not have happened, and I'm just forced to Charge Beam. So Matt in a pretty decent spot here. He's got a backup Trevenant, 2 backup Trevenants as well. So he gets another double colorless down.
Yeah, gets a double colorless. Right, so his board state's looking pretty good.
Yeah. So this is the power of item lock. Okay, so 3. So gets hit for 90. And probably need to find a Rough Seas pretty soon.
Where's the heart of the cards?
Grass Energy.
Almost.
Well, at least it wasn't a trainer.
yeah, well, absolutely.
Yep, so Super Zap Cannon takes a knockout. So it's...
You'd love a double colorless here, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I think you've got one in your hand. Yeah.
There's Vikavolt against the world here.
It is. It's not getting much support.
No. So Matt Wonder Tags.
What will he grab? This is where he plays his Team Skullgrunt and gets rid of DC.
Yeah. It looks like Lysander's his only supporter left in deck.
Gee, that's... Wow, okay. Well, I suppose, his deck's pretty thin at this point.
Yeah.
He did discard some supporters earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even just of Ultra Ball and stuff, so... Yeah, that's what happens at the end of the game.
Yep.
Sometimes this happens.
So another 90.
Yeah, another hit for 90, so... Right, even if you do get a Rough Seas here, that Vikavolt's
done for.
Pretty much going down.
Yep.
Yeah, unless you get, like, an and or something.
So... Yep.
And there's the double colorless, and there's the knockout.
Yep.
But might be a bit of a Pyrrhic victory because it looks like it's going to get knocked out. And what do you really have beyond that? Grubbin, but...
What a grub.
I don't know, I'm not convinced.
Yeah. And Matt's only got 3 prizes left. So...
Yeah, so now we'll have just 1 prize left.
Yep. So Vikavolt goes down.
It's looking like curtains.
Alright. So... I think that's curtains. Grubbin has a 2 retreat cost. So I can't even retreat into something else. Like, that could take a hit, but I don't think there's anything in my deck that can take a hit at this point. Gonna Wonder Tag here. Probably...
Lysander out the plume. Lysander out the plume.
Yeah, that's...
In all seriousness...
That's probably the best play.
If you got a Lysander left...
At this point.
I mean, it might be priced.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think I was thinking about it, but it would have been probably the best play is just the Lysander the plume. Because I'm pretty sure...
Right, because there's a good chance he doesn't have energy left.
Yeah.
Although I suppose I don't think he's played the Olympia.
Yeah, he hasn't played as well.
It'll probably only be a matter of time,
Yeah.
unless it was his last prize.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, in this sort of situation, you're just looking for like the thing which gives you the slightly higher chance of giving you an out, even if it's like really unlikely. Like I suppose there's a chance off end that you don't draw like any traders,
Yeah.
but looks like you do, so you just know that that's the game.
Yeah. So that is the game. So yeah, even just a double colours to retreat into the Tapu Lele to just survive a little bit longer until I could possibly find another Charger Bug to Vikavolt, but I think it was pretty unlikely. Matt just got too far ahead there. The item lock was too strong. So we're on to game 3. And in a pretty interesting series, it's been pretty back and forth. Both games saw Matt get out to a pretty fast start, but both games had very different results. So we'll have to see what happens in game 3. But we've had two pretty long games.
First. Yeah, going first is a bit of a relief here for you, I'm guessing. Yeah, it's some two pretty long games. So this round probably doesn't have much left in it, and it looks like we might be heading towards a tie.
Yeah. Probably if anyone can win, it's probably Matt in a shortened time span.
Yeah, absolutely.
So just item locking, and then his opponent drawing dead, in this case me, and then just sweeping the board. So we'll see what happens here.
Right, so you might be happy with the tie because it just means you're not losing. Because you're right. I mean, it would be pretty unlikely for you to actually take a win here. Like, say we've got about 5 minutes left. Well, can you realistically win in 5 minutes? I mean, I suppose maybe if he just completely draws dead, but it doesn't look like it's too likely.
So yeah, the difference between game 1 and 2, I think, possibly was the Alolan Vulpix. Just being able to search out all the pieces was pretty strong.
Yeah, because you only got out one Vikavolt.
Yeah.
Debating whether to play
N or
Sycamore.
Sycamore. Because I have the Charger Bug. That's the thing.
Right, yeah, that's pretty big, yeah.
The double colours I actually like having in the discard pile. So I can charge beam. But the Charger Bug is a pretty big loss.
It is, yeah, no, that is. I suppose you figure maybe you can't get out. It's not like you have time to get out 3 Vikavolts, so, like, what does it matter if one goes in the discard? Ooh, you've got an interesting Ultra Ball decision here. Yeah, I was going to say you should probably discard the other Ultra Ball because you're not going to be able to play it, so you want to get it out of your hand. So you can Ultra Ball here for... Well, actually, yeah, you've got some options.
Yeah. Probably Vulpix is a good play.
Yeah, good old Vulpix.
So possibly attaching the Lightning Energy at the start was a mistake. If I attached a double colorless, I could retreat into the Vulpix on the following turn.
Yeah.
But, so I think I'm partially regretting that.
I mean, you're probably not going to be able to win the game in the time allotted if you use Beacon.
Yeah.
Like, the only way, I suppose, to win, I think, would just be go full steam ahead with good old Vikavolt and just hope he has nothing. But, I mean, maybe the other way around is, like, more conservative, but, like, if stuff goes wrong, but, so that you at least don't lose. But, yeah, that's the thing sometimes in these time formats, like, you might try and play aggressively, just hoping to snare a win before time's called, but then the reverse can happen, like you overextend, and then you're actually at risk of losing. So it's always a sort of a balancing act. But I suppose, not to discredit the importance of this game, but you both 1-2 at this point, so probably not like hugely relevant as to whether you win, tie, or loss.
Not going to affect the tournament at all.
Hey, that's the difference. Well, actually, I think it might have no material impact, but it's the difference between like 2 packs or 1 of Guardians Rising.
I think we're both down to 1 pack at this point. Unfortunately. Yeah. So not the best day for either of us, but we had fun nonetheless.
Yeah. Well, Matt didn't know his deck before the tournament. What's your excuse?
Huh? What's my excuse?
Matt didn't know his deck.
I'm playing Vikavolt. That's my excuse.
That's not an excuse. Tier 1, obviously.
I'm playing for the memes.
Nah, that's a competitive deck. I know a competitive deck when I see one.
So, Matt, Shaman.
Yeah, you can get a 2-1 Vileplume here. Actually, I think. Oh,
So,
that's looking like a good hand.
yeah, that's a juicy hand. Oh, very good hand with the second one now.
Oh boy, I think it's possible you actually lose in the time here. Not that I'm cheering it on or anything, but
that was. I don't want to say the perfect 6 cards because he could have just
I
drawn.
think that was the perfect 6 cards. Yeah,
Vileplume off it, but that was pretty close.
Yeah, well, he's got Ultra Ball for Vileplume, so.
So. So actually wondered. So he foregoes the Vileplume again. So we saw this in the previous game. So Matt actually values playing out a lot of his items above getting out the item lock. But I think in this scenario, getting out the item lock is his best chance of winning, especially.
Yeah, I mean, I think in this situation, the only way you can win is just him by item locking you. I mean, if you've got items in your hand, I mean, you're not going to get benched out. So, I mean, it's going to be tough to bench you out because of Vulpix, but I would have liked to see him save an end. So like Sycamore there, get Vileplume out, knock out this active. Then when you play Vulpix, he has an end to shuffle all those Pokemon back, and then it's possible that he actually benches you out in time. But I think now,
well, he drew the Vileplume off.
Oh, he drew the Vileplume. Okay, so actually this is kind of a similar situation. But okay, so he's going to be able to Poltergeist.
Hits for 60, and I think time's called here.
Oh, don't tell me Grubbin has 70 HP.
Yeah, Grubbin has 70 HP. What a tank.
Oh, broken. Absolutely broken. So your original hand, would that have been a knockout if he just Sycamore?
I had 2. I had a Rough Seas, so no, it wouldn't have been a Rough Seas and a Sycamore.
Well, I suppose that's the reason probably why he ended, because he actually wanted just to take a knockout. So actually that's fair enough from him. But in the end, doesn't have time left.
So that's going to be it. So time gets called. Neither of us can take the allotted prizes or bench each other out or deck out, so it's going to head for a tie. We agree to a tie, and that's going to be it for this Bendigo League Challenge. Very fun event. Guardians Rising, an amazing set. Brought out a whole bunch of new cards, including Trevenant and Vikavolt. So thanks for watching, guys. This will be it for this video and this series, so don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next tournament. Not sure when that will be, but stay tuned, and thanks. Bye.
Alright, stopping now.